There are many different, distinct styles of directing out there, and every director has their own personality that adds flavor to their approach and their films. There's no one absolute universal way to direct.
Cut! Next scene, people!
How does that take? But when it comes to directing and working with actors for film, there are definitely some do's and don'ts that are almost universal. If you can learn to incorporate the do's and avoid the don'ts, you're gonna have a lot more actors who truly enjoy working with you. Better films as a result.
Freeze! Hands in the air. Hands in the air like you just don't freaking care, mother...
Let's start at the beginning with a do that is both super easy and often easily forgotten. Greet your actors as soon as you can when they show up on set. Actors normally show up after you and your crew are already knee-deep in your work, and I've worked with a lot of directors who are so caught up in all of that, they end up ignoring their actors until it's just about time to roll a take.
Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me.
But if you do that, your actors aren't going to feel welcome. And people who feel unwelcome tend to not respect you. And if your actors don't respect you, they're not going to respond well to your direction and collaboration.
Not listening. Not listening.
So, when your actors arrive, welcome them to the set. Chat for a bit. It will pay huge dividends in your shoot. Newbie directors will tell actors things like, cry at this specific word in the dialogue, or stop doing that with your face, or get angrier, or the dreaded cliche, I just need more from you. That's not direction, and it's not helpful. Specific commands like this are a recipe for overthinking, self-conscious actors. Likewise, don't show your actors the performance you want.
Good girl, do it like this.
Like, don't step in and do it for them. They aren't there to mimic you. They're not a trained monkey, despite what Trevor Slattery might think.
If they can teach those monkeys to act that brilliantly, just imagine what I could bring to the world.
You hired your actors to act, not to be your puppets. What you can do is direct the situation. Help your actors get to where you need them to be by walking them through where their characters were, where they're going, and what their motivations are to get there. Then, let them play. They're embodying these characters right now, so if you give good actors these 3 bits of information, they'll organically, naturally begin to find the performance you're looking for. Stop asking for delivery. Dialogue ain't a pizza, and your actors aren't Papa John's. Now, I'll grant you, there's a chance that this one in particular is a personal bias and hang-up, but I know it frustrates a large number of my acting friends, so it's making the cut for my don't list. If you need a different performance, go back to the last point we just talked about and change how you're directing the situation. Not many things can get under an actor's skin quite like doing multiple takes of the same scene and having no idea why.
Why? Why?
You need to communicate with them. If they're missing something in their performance, tell them. Again, directing the situation like we talked about earlier in this video. If you're just rolling again for camera's sake though, let them know that. When you keep your actors informed, they can stay comfortable rather than worrying that they're doing something that you don't like and you just aren't telling them. And speaking of being comfortable, your actors should know up front exactly what they're getting into. No surprises.
All right, first fight scene. All right, Jonathan, meet your scene partner. Ooh, scene partner's here now? Good, I'm looking forward to... Is he behind the bear?
Sometimes actors will need to be in physically uncomfortable situations. But as the director, it's your job to make sure they aren't unnecessarily uncomfortable or uncomfortable mentally or emotionally. This applies to environmental circumstances like being out in the ice and snow, stunts, and romantic scenes, for which you should definitely have an intimacy coordinator. Okay, now before we dive into my final do, thanks for watching this video. I'm Jonathan, and if you are enjoying Story Arc in this video, please smack that like button down below. I would love to have you along for this filmmaking and film learning journey. Now, back to the final do. A seasoned actor can tell when a director and film set is disorganized the second they step onto that set. And then they're immediately thinking, oh my God, how bad is this going to get? This isn't directing your actors per se, but it is vital to good directing that will positively impact and improve your actors' functioning on set. Now, I know organization isn't many creative people's favorite thing, but it is one of a few essential skills that you need as a director. If you want to learn more about other skills, non-technical, non-film skills that you need as a director, then this next video is going to point you in the right direction.
The script said a bear of a man. And when we met for coffee, you said a bear of a man, a bear of a man. It's that is just a bear. I quit.